Hello, I want to talk to you guys today very quickly about something that is it's been a real source of joy for me, something I've put a lot of research into, a little bit of money, and that I really am passionate about, my stereo system, okay? Now, it just absolutely blows my mind how many people out there spend thousands of dollars on laptops that go obsolete every 3 years. They spend thousands of dollars on televisions that go obsolete every 3 years. And just have the shittiest stereo. I don't know if I need to tell you the details about what shitty stereos sound like because seemingly people don't notice. But music distorting when there's bass going on, throwing a party on a laptop is just really not acceptable. And I hope I don't have to tell you why. And you know what? You can get an awesome stereo that'll last you not like the 3 years like a computer or the 4 years like a television, but like 20 years, like your entire lifetime. Spend $1,000 and get an awesome stereo, and that's what I've done, and I'm going to show you how to do it. First of all, you can't go to Best Buy, okay? Best Buy does not have good audio stuff, okay? It's terrible. There's a community out there of people that are really passionate about audio music and audio technology, and they're engineers, and they're called Audiophiles, and there's a whole world out there. People spend 10, 20, 30, 50, $100,000 on stereos, researching it. People get frenetic about it, engineers at NASA, these serious engineers start building stuff. They spend a lifetime accumulating parts, doing research, and you can tap into that. And you can tap into that at the bottom line, okay? And if you tap into that at the bottom line, you are beyond the top line at Best Buy. So substantially, it's unbelievable. But you can get into the, so what I'm going to tell you how to do is get into the bottom line of the ultra line of the audiophile community for under $1,000, which is what I've done, and I'm very happy about it. And I really want to show you guys so I can go to parties at your house and listen to music that I just can actually enjoy. Okay, first thing, you need decent speakers. Pretty important. Not the most important, but important. Okay, first thing is you really can't get good music out of small speakers. Get something like this as a minimum size. You cannot. Just trust me on this. If you want to get one even bigger with the whole floor standing thing, they make B&W makes bigger ones. They're more expensive, but this is just the minimum size. All this is a stand. It's just a neat little stand. You can even just put this thing on a bookshelf, or I could put it, I could hide it, whatever. But this is what a stereo looks like. There's for perspective. It's about, I don't know, it's what it is. 2 feet, 2.5 feet. Okay, this cost for the pair $500. Okay, these are B&W 602s. They're awesome. They're from B&W, who makes awesome speakers. One point I'm going to come back to again and again is investing in buying stuff from companies that have $10,000 products, because what happens is if you buy from a company that like B&W or my receiver down here, which I'll go into, NAD, that makes $10,000 products, you get a trickle-down effect from their awesome R&D department, who's outlaying substantially more money and being in the frontier of research and development. But that frontier and that research trickles down to everything they make. So the B&W's bottom line speaker here is just awesome. Same thing here with NAD. I mean, you go to this thing here for this NAD. This is called the C3. This is called the 320 BEE. The engineer for this product, you read it on the spec. It's like his name's in there. He's talking about his research and all that. He's just really passionate about it. And this was NAD's attempt at getting into making something that everyone can afford, but because NAD has a tradition of just really being for the ultimate ultra collector. But this is like their flagship at being affordable. So, oh shit, I gotta kind of hurry because I only have 1 more minute left. NAD 320 BEE, $300, $500. Now you're at $800. Then don't cheap out on the cables, and you can't get them at Best Buy. These cables, okay, these are worth spending money into. Trust me, okay. These cables are $100 between that cable and this cable, which is the cable that goes from your audio signal to your receiver. This is the thing that amplifies your music. This is your amplifier. That's the NAD thing I was talking about. Don't cheap out here. Get the $100. So $300, $500, $100, $900 total. And then just to give you, because this whole thing was inspired by a part that I got today, I'm just going to give you, don't get into this immediately because you'll be overwhelmed if you think about it. You'll think I'm being obsessive. But after you start enjoying the high quality music and you want to take it into a farther level, it is way worth it. Here's what you do later down the road. You buy something like this, digital audio cable, because you realize the audio processing that's happening inside this Mac Mini, it's called a digital analog conversion process, and I'm at 520. You guys can now abort, but I'm going to give you 1 minute. I'm going to tell you what this thing does. The audio processing that happens here, okay, it's all this humming is going on with the hard drive and the Mac Mini cuteness putting all these little things together, and each of these little things is putting electrical noise out in the system, okay, and the digital analog conversion, which is taking that digital signal and making it ready for a stereo, is the most sensitive to electronic noise of anything, of anything in the stereo, in the world of the stereo. It's what degrades your audio quality the most. So once you kind of start with that little, audio out with that, it's like you're already kind of trying to put a dirty signal into a high-end stereo. And you can get a lot out of it. You can get a lot out of that dirty signal with good parts and good speakers. But when you want to kind of really take it to the next level, what you do is that you put you output that signal digitally instead of processing it in here and turning it into analog here. You process it in a separate thing called a digital analog converter. Now, even this digital analog converter is broken into two parts because the power creation, the transformer, will affect the ability of the system to process the signal. Okay, so you put that into two parts. Each of these things costs about $500 total. It's a digital analog converter. It's made by CIAUDIO. This is the absolute cheapest one you can buy. That's any good. There's some that are like USB format that kind of shitty. You could probably shave off a couple $100, but like you might as well get one that's decent. And these things go for thousands of dollars. These guys make several $1,000 DACs. Spending $500 on a DAC is the minimum you can really get into it for. And that's something, again, like you don't need that to get into the world of having a decent stereo. Start with a nice NAD and some B&Ws. Later down the road, as you develop a passion and an ear for high quality sound and you want to, treat yourself to a higher level stereo, that's an upgrade down the road. Any questions, give me a call, Todd@toddmarl.com.